Hi everyone, so this is just another quick update regarding the motor controller I've been developing. So I've run into a problem with it, but I think that was because of this shaft here twisting because of the accelerating and braking, and it cut into the wires, causing voltage to go where it wasn't meant to. So the controller is not working now, and I think it might have been because of that. I didn't spark or anything, I didn't notice anything shorting out, but the motor just runs really roughly now, so I'll show you. If we go above a certain speed, it's like it's just not controlling the motor properly at all. It's making a horrible noise. The motor's perfectly mechanically sound inside, and I have replaced all the cables going into it and heat shrunk them all into groups, and I also used my little rotary tool just to smooth off where the wires go in, so they're much less likely to be damaged. But I'm redesigning the controller yet again anyway, because I'm just not happy with its form factor and the way the boards were laid out, the way everything was laid out inside this box. It will still be this same box that the product retails in. It will still be this exact same form factor, just the design is going to be totally different now. So I'll just open up my design just now. We're now opting for a dual board design, so they'll be like, the boards will be going on top of each other. So this is the bottom board. As you can see, 3 distinct and separate power stages for each phase. Everything's nice and separate. Good strong ground plane. The MOSFETs will fold back against this board, and they will sit actually against the lid. So the lid is actually on this side, and the MOSFETs would be against that. And then on top of that will sit the control board. And so from the bottom board, the bolts, you'll actually have to bolt the motor and battery onto this using big lug terminals. So there'll be M6 bolts coming up through here, and then they'll then come up through the outer casing of the unit, and then I'm going to have to work out a way to allow the bolts to come through that's waterproof and can resist the torque of someone tightening the lug terminal onto the controller without twisting the bolt off. I'm just trying to rotate this. It's not a very good design package for rotating and viewing stuff, because the bolt's going to be attached just to the output of those current shunts. So I need a way to make sure that the torque of tightening a nut onto the bolt isn't going to transfer through and then twist off that connection and destroy the board. So this is the top board. The phase bolts are going to come through there. Obviously the positive and negative input will have to be electrically attached to this board as well for sensing the input voltage and just powering everything up. But because of the chip shortage, I reckon it's going to have to be a linear regulator sort of deal again, where the user has to supply 12 volts on 2 wires to get the thing to turn on, because I just cannot get the DC converter chips that I want because of the shortage. There are plenty of cheap Chinese ones like the from XL but I don't really want to use them. I want to use high quality components in this. So I'd either be using top quality DC converter chips or good old reliable linear regulators. And then it will just be like an automotive inverter in a car where you have to give it 12 volts to be able to use it. So that's where we're up to on the design. We'll be saving a considerable amount of money as well, so my profits could potentially go up, and the price of the end product can actually realistically, we can retail this for maybe £80, £80–85, and I can still make a decent profit because I'm no longer having to use a 4-layer board. That shaves £30 off the materials cost, so as a huge saving, allowing me to use higher quality components elsewhere. So I'll need to finish off this design. I've been very held up because of my commitments with doing the house. So once the house is finished, I'll be going full time when I'm not at work, doing electronics design and coming up with better motor controllers for everyone. But obviously I would never release a product until it's been thoroughly tested and everything, until I'm totally happy with it. So that too is going to take a lot of time. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to a lot of projects in future, but it's just going to take time.